You keep overlooking life, but that's the biggest blessing. Just engage with who you are and throw the biggest wedding. Just think of this as food for thought, you feel I'm overstepping. I got a good degree in knowledge if it's ever question. I'd rather see you shining than a
Hey, hi, hello. Welcome to Chasing OK Life's Marathon, a podcast about anything and everything presented by LiveOK. LiveOK is centered around promoting mental health awareness. Visit Shop LiveOK, that's ShopLiveOK.com, where the proceeds go towards making a difference. Now let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Chasing OK Life's Marathon. We are here for episode 37. I'm not going to say 36, 37, 38 because I'm absolutely positive this is episode 37 for the first time in a while. I don't have a lot to talk about, but I have a lot to talk about. It's going to be a quick episode. I don't anticipate being over 30 minutes. So let's get into it. Hope y'all living good. Hope y'all, doing everything great. Make sure you like, share, comment, and everything down below. Like I said, quick show. Some pressing topics that I want to get to. This is a back-to-back episode to make up for the episode that I skipped. And I think I'm gonna have to skip on Mother's Day as well because I'm supposed to have one in 2 weeks, which would be Mother's Day. So I don't know, maybe in 3 weeks you'll get another 3 and 4 weeks you'll get another back-to-back. Depending on how I feel, but I feel like holidays should be an exception. Or, maybe I'll be proactive and get one out before um I'm no longer in the city or the state. Um so our normal rundown, we're gonna have our sport, we're gonna have a current event, we're gonna have our topic of the day, and we do not have a guest, but we should have a guest on for our next episode. I have I have enough time to get somebody on. I do have some people lined up. Just depends on who's gonna be available when I need them. Um but like I said, let's get into our sports topic of the segment of the day of the episode. Um NBA playoffs is currently happening. I am a Sixers fan and a LeBron fan, so I want to see them both succeed. Currently, the Lakers are on their way to closing out their series. They are playing the Rockets, who has a hobbled slash non-playing Kevin Durant. I think the series would be a little bit different if KD was playing to his potential, but the Lakers are also without Luka and Austin Reeves, but they are currently 3-1 and probably will close out this series on Wednesday. I think that's normally how whenever I watch LeBron play, especially in his later years, if a series is on its way to being swept or closed out, they kind of lay back a little bit on that closeout game and then go crazy on that fifth game, just as like a little buffer to heal up and such. But we shall see. Hopefully they win, and then they will take on the Thunder, which would be a crazy series because they're all young and Lakers are all old. Excuse me, not all of them, but LeBron himself. And it's really great to see him playing with his son. Uh, Hope one day I'll get to play with my son. Obviously, it won't be on the same stage, but I think anybody that gets the opportunity to play with their child, in any capacity in their uh grown up years, it's just great to see. You're old enough to still be uh, active and agile, and you're not having to take it easy on them because they're a kid, unless you're MJ and then F them kids. But it is what it is. Just running down the playoffs of the Western Conference. Thunder swept the Suns. Lakers should close out on Wednesday. Nuggets, the top seed, won yesterday, I believe it was, but Timberwolves should close out that series. They were up 3-1, and normally, unless you're the 2016 Cavs, don't quote me on that. Um, you're not gonna win a 3-1 or come back from a 3-1 stage. So Timberwolves just got to close that out, and they'll most likely play San Antonio, who are on their final uh, on their closeout game in game 5. So we got Nuggets in game 6, Nuggets Timberwolves game 6, Spurs Blazers and game 5. Into the Eastern Conference, jumping over to my Sixers, who are probably going to get out either in game 5 or game 6. They are currently at 3-1, Celtics up. Um, so we shall see how, I mean, Embiid's back, so we should see how healthy and how good they want to play. So Celtics, Sixers in game 5, Boston up 3-1. Game 5 tied with Knicks and Hawks. I haven't watched any of their games yet. Maybe I'll watch, so I think if they play tonight. Yeah, they play tonight. So maybe I'll watch them play tonight and see who takes the series lead because they're currently tied at 2-2 going into game 5. Also tied at 2-2 are the Cavs and the Raptors. Haven't watched them play as much. Maybe I'll give them a look too. They also play, oh no, they play tomorrow. Um, so they're going in game 5, 2-2. Orlando should close out against the number 1 ranked Pistons, which is wild. The 8 seed beating the 1st seed, but hey, it's basketball. Anything can happen, or it's sports, anything can happen. Um, but Orlando currently leads 3-1 going into game 5, and they play tomorrow as well. So we shall see who's gonna win it all. If the Lakers happen to beat the Thunder in semifinals or conference semifinals, I believe they will go to the finals. Just because I believe in, uh storybook endings and, you know, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You know, Lakers, LeBron and Bronny make it to the finals and win. LeBron retires, got a finals with his son. That'll just be some crazy, crazy storybook. And if the leagues are as rigged as we always say they are, that will happen. But if it does happen, you heard it here first. That means millions of people should subscribe and hear great insights from me. Uh, Moving on. Briefly, because I'm not a big watcher or I haven't watched. I won't even say big watch. I haven't really watched at all. But currently, also happening is the Stanley Cup playoffs, which is hockey for those that don't know. Um, the Western Conference Avalanche beat the Kings, swept the Kings. Uh, game 5, going in game 5, series tied Stars versus Wild. Don't know where the Wild play. But go Stars because I am in Dallas. Game 5, series tied with the Golden Knights and the Utah Mammoth. Uh, I think this is the Mammoth first or second, very early season because that's a new team. Um, and then you got the Oilers and Ducks. Uh, Oilers Anaheim. I don't know who Anaheim or who's who. Let me see. The Ducks is Anaheim. See, look, stuff I don't even know. We learning in real time. So the Ducks are up, leading 3-1 against the Oilers. And that is the Western Conference. Going to Eastern Conference, Game 5, the Buffalo Sabres. I don't know nothing about hockey. I don't even know why I'm talking about it. But all right, so the Sabres are up going into Game 5, 3-1. The series is tied with the Lightning and Canadians going into game 5. And the Hurricanes swept the Senators. And they will play the winner of the Flyers are in it. Man, see, I support the most Philly teams. So the Flyers and then hopefully, the Flyers are currently up 3-2. So we shall see if it's going to be Hurricanes versus Flyers and Avalanche versus possibly Stars. And I have both of the teams that I should be rooting for in the next round. But that is it for the Stanley Cup. I do not have a horse in this race. I think that is the saying. So I don't know who's gonna win. And yeah, so that's your update for hockey. Going back to something I do know about, the NFL draft had happened over this past weekend. First overall pick, Fernando Mendoza. I spoke on him before. I do not think he's going to be a excellent quarterback. I do not wish bad upon him. Like I don't wish bad upon anybody. But I do hope he has a successful career. I just don't see it from the games that I've seen. Maybe I'm not watching good, but I don't know. He just gives me a feeling of not going to be great. And he's going to the Raiders. Um, I don't know when the last time Raiders had a good quarterback. Notre Dame's running back Jeremiah Love went to the Cardinals. Cardinals really needed a quarterback since they got rid of Kyler, and I think they picked up um who did they pick up? Let's see. They picked up quarterback Carson Beck. I'm not a fan of Carson Beck's either, so they'll probably be picking up another quarterback next season or trading for one during the season. Um but the Cowboys had a good um draft. Caleb Downs, everybody's favorite pick. I haven't watched many of his games, but the highlights that I did see, that man is a dog. So we shall see how great he turns out to be. We picked up a lot of edges as I was watching. I was like, every time I turned it on, I picked up an edge. So hopefully our defense is going to be really good. We got a receiver on the offensive side, and we got one tackle from Penn State. So we shall see how this season goes. More power to my boys. And since I am a Shador fan, I think I'm gonna be a Cowboys and a Browns fan just to watch Shador shine. Hopefully, Shador wins over Deshaun Watson. But if Deshaun Watson gets a starting job, I'm not mad at it. He has been a really good quarterback, and uh, regardless of the scandals and uh, injuries, hopefully his comeback will be good. And if not, he'll get traded. I know he has a hefty price tag that comes with him, so it would be uh inducive the word it would work in the Browns' favor for them to play Deshaun Watson since they are paying him so much. But everybody is coming to see Shador, and they have built a great roster with their previous draft picks and their current draft picks. They picked up a Justin Jefferson, a linebacker from Alabama. Um, I just saw that and thought it was funny. But they got a good receiver in KC Concepcion, I believe. Uh, I don't know why they picked up another quarterback. They got to drop one, so they're gonna have Watson, Shador, um, Gabriel, and now Taylon Green out of Arkansas. So maybe um, somebody's on the trading block, or maybe they'll just go into the season with four quarterbacks. I doubt that will happen. But it's the Browns, so whatever, whatever happens in that organization happens. But we shall see what's going to go on in the future. Uh, yeah. Let's see any notable picks that I missed. Mm, None that I really care about, but the draft has happened. Oh, I do kind of want to talk about, not really talk fully about, but the Eagles picked up that player that never played football before. Is just a freak athlete. So we shall see how the Eagles experiment with the freak athlete. What is his name? His name is Uar Bernard out of Nigeria. Apparently, he never played football before, but like I said, he's a freak athlete. Um, so and he's gonna be on the defensive side. So if we see him playing, it's because freak athleticism transferred into greatness in the league, or well enough in the league to play. Uh, the crazy looking dude, Makai Lemon from USC, is also an Eagle. We shall see how uh he turns out, because right now he just seems like a serial killer with all the mannerisms that he has portrayed during his interviews. But that is it for that is it, and that's all for the sports segment of the episode. So moving on, we shall get into our current event, things that everybody is talking about. The White House Correspondents' Dinner was interrupted by an attempt on the president and I guess other people in the president's administration um, this past weekend, which will mark the third attempt on the president's life. Um, or should I say third attempt with quotations? Because I'm not 100% sure that the attempts have been actual attempts. And I'm not the only one that thinks this, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything close to it. But the number one thing that we have all pointed out is cartilage in your ear does not grow back. Apparently, he got shot in the ear. We all know the triumphant um, stand after getting shot with the bloody ear or catch a packet, as everybody has said. Um, but yeah, chips, marks, bullet wounds, bites. Have a noticeable wound when it comes to effects to your cartilage. So yeah, so there's no scar, which there should be a scar. So why is there not a scar? Did somebody, or a couple people die that day just to boost his ratings, boost his sympathy? And then another one that happened at the golf course. I don't remember all the details of that. I don't know if that man is still alive. This new guy apparently is really smart, and then rushed through security, got apprehended before, entering the ballroom and being able to hurt anybody. I don't believe anybody was hurt. I'd be surprised if the assailant uh survives these next couple days, weeks. Because if it is a setup, conspiracy, full hat being put on, if it is a setup, uh, and they had to get somebody in on it, they didn't want that somebody talking. So if he is gone, then all the dots are connecting. But as you have seen, if you watch political shows, comedic shows like The Daily Show or Colbert Report or Jimmy Kimmel, anything of that nature that gives you updates on the ongoings of the world in which we live in, you have seen that after the shooting, everybody was all happy-go-lucky except for a few people who are just weird within themselves. But everybody was happy-go-lucky, and everybody started peddling the ballroom that has been peddled um, for uh, the entirety of his second term. Excuse me. And I do agree in some aspect that there should be a uh, gathering hall on White House premises that allows everybody, go through security and have their event in a secure spot and not a hotel. I just feel like hotels have their their flaws. I mean, I'm not a party planner. I haven't been to these ballrooms to see how secure or fragile they are. Um, but that's the only part that I agree with, is that I think there should be a more secure spot um, that is uh, frequently used for events of that nature. That being said, the president has attended the conference for the first time, and it just happened to be the that time that another assassination attempt has happened. And it also happens to coincide with the urge and want for a ballroom to be built. And it's also coming after a denial of that ballroom, um, saying that he doesn't have the unilateral decision making to just be destroying and building based on nothing, now non-security reasons. So now there's a security reason, which means the ballroom should be built, which is just too many things lining up and not lining up. That makes people's antennas go up. But yeah, it's just really weird. It's also weird, but not weird because the the administration is corrupt. weird and they do dumb things, and it just happens to be the right side's party that always does things stupidly. So instead of pushing for more gun control or more, you know, avenues for deranged people to get mental health help, they push for a ballroom. It's like, let's spend millions of dollars on a ballroom, but let's not pass um, laws and legislation that makes it or that makes it less easy for people to obtain weapons so that they can commit atrocities, like all the mass shootings that happen in the world and all the assassination attempts that happens to this one guy. Um, yeah, so I think it's just weird that the way people's brains work, especially in politics, especially on one side versus the other. Not saying either side is right, either side is wrong. Just one side just happens to be a little bit more people oriented than business oriented, even though everybody's out for a dollar. But before I go into another tangent, like I said, I want to keep this short. I want to keep it short and sweet. Those are just my thoughts on today's current event or this episode's current event. So let's move on to our topic of the day. A little bit of a lighter note, and I'm not going to go into a long-winded spiel about today's topic. Our topic is goals and mental health. Mental health has always been a theme, and always will be a theme, outlining um, the pod. But let's touch on goals for a second. I feel like people don't set, and if I'm reiterating something I said in the previous pod, that probably will, in the previous episode, that probably will happen multiple times because, you get more thoughts about something, and um, the things that you see in life just make you want to discuss it in a further aspect. Um, so I think, and I heard before that people don't set um, average goals sometimes. Um, and I'm not saying people should, um, settle for, mediocrity, but people need to be mediocre. And that's not a bad thing. I'm a mediocre person. Uh, I'm not anywhere near where I want to be in life or where I dreamt of being. Um, if I was, and if everybody is where they dreamt of being, everybody would be in some sort of league. Everybody would make $1 million. Everybody would be a lawyer, a judge, a doctor. Uh, everybody would just be like the wealthiest human on earth and inventing things and coming up with the new iPhone and um, being a top streamer, especially for these newer generations. Not everybody's gonna achieve the goals that they set out for themselves as a child. But you can achieve the goals that you set out for yourself as an adult because you lived life and those goals are somewhat more obtainable. Um, and I'm not saying give up on anybody's dreams. Your dream is your dream, and I hope everybody can fulfill their dream. I just think that we all should uh be aware that our dreams, our wishes, our aspirations may not be achieved, especially at a younger age, and that's okay. It's okay to not be in the league. Like I'm not waking up every day crying that I'm not in the league. I'm not a professional basketball football player. I'm not upset that I'm not the lawyer that I've said that I wanted to be growing up. I'm actually glad that I'm not a lawyer. I can't see myself representing criminals even, and I know there's good lawyers who represent innocent people and need to get those innocent people off, but not everybody's 100% sure on if that person is guilty or innocent. So you're just representing what you kind of believe, what you kind of believe, or what you're forced to believe, based on what your client is telling you and what the evidence shows. And hey, sometimes there's a lot of kind people in this world, so Client could say, I did not uh, harm that person, and a lot of the evidence is showing that you did harm that person. And on the inside, you know that you did harm that person, or the victim or client on the inside knows that they did harm that person, but they're like, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want this, and that happen. So I gotta believe that I didn't, and then tell it to, excuse me, and then tell it to my lawyer, and then my lawyer should believe me, right? So, yeah, there's a lot that goes into that. So, that's another. I went on a little bit of a tangent. So, in hindsight, I'm just saying that we should all set achievable goals, and not. We should all set achievable goals. We should all have backup plans, and we should all not be upset um when those plans don't happen. Things change in an instant. Um, you could want to be uh, a pilot, but um your eyesight isn't 100%. And yes, you can go get surgery for that the eyesight, but maybe that surgery isn't guaranteed. It may be the plans that the universe has for you isn't to be a pilot. Maybe the plans that the universe has for you is to be a teacher. Um, and that being said, we should start thinking more of our teachers. Um, we should all hold up. Just a side note, we should all raise our kids to be better to our teachers. From what I've been hearing on social media and from past teachers, and just all the like back talk and disrespect towards teachers is wild. Like I couldn't dream of disrespecting like a person of authority of that's trying to help me. Like I love like most of my teachers were good. Some of my teachers I didn't like, but I'm not gonna like, cuss at my teachers because I knew if I cuss at my teachers, they report me to my mom. My mom gonna go off on me, and I don't want that to happen. So I think we need y'all. I don't have any kids yet, so y'all need to start raising your kids. Stop doing all this gentle parenting, and y'all need to start. I've said it before. Y'all need to take that belt and do some attitude adjustments because y'all raising some crazy kids. Um, yeah. So raise your kids a little bit better. And while they're raising your kids, let them know that it's okay not to be, in the league. Or it's okay not to, be a lawyer because you may dream of being that from age 5 to 20. And then when you get there at 21, you like, I don't want to do this. And then your whole dreams change. Like, it's okay. Um, yeah. I hope I'm getting that across like I want to. But more of the story, things change. It's okay not to be uh where you thought you were going to be. Because a lot, even you can ask, you can go outside, you ask 10 people, and probably all 10 of them would be like, no, I'm not where I said I wanted to be. And that's okay. And then you can also ask them, are they happy? And hopefully, at least 9 out of those 10 would be like, yeah, I'm happy where I am. Uh, because that's life. Things change, things happen. Uh, I said my other topic was going to be mental health, but I'm not really going to make it a topic. I'm really just going to make it I'm just going to put it towards my motivation. And like I said, there is no guest this week. Hopefully for next episode I will have a guest. But my motivation is protect your mental. Uh, we all go through something. We all have our struggles. Um, and it's okay to ask for help. You never know what people are going through unless you ask. And even if you ask, some people like to hide their feelings. Sometimes you gotta pry. And if prying uh, makes that person angry with you, keep prying. Because you may save that person's life. Like I said, you never know what people are going through. Um, And people never know what you are going through unless you open up, unless you, express yourself, seek therapy, seek help. Not everybody can afford therapy. There's avenues. Um, Find friends, find community, build community. Um, I joined uh flag football in 2020 when all my friends were either getting married, having babies, or just, living their lives. I joined flag, I built a community, and now I have a whole family of um flag football players that y'all have all seen throughout um guest appearances. So just build community, and I'm not saying go play flag football or just go bowl, go join a social club, shoot, play chess, play checkers, um, swim, pick up basketball. There's a whole lot of things that you can do to build community. And I know I listed a lot of athletic or intellectual type sports, but you can do Pokemon, you can do Yu-Gi-Oh, you can connect and bond over anime, you can go to Comic-Con and build a whole community of friends that way. There's avenues that you have that I hope y'all realize, that I hope y'all take. Go to the gym. Um, just do things to protect your mental. Seek help. Reach out to those that love you, because you do have people that love you. Even when you think that you're alone, you're not alone. Just ask for help. Um, uh, yeah. So that's all I gotta say. Um, yeah, that's all I gotta say. That's all for the episode. I'm around 30 minutes. I gotta cut out a little bit of stuff, but yeah, I hope y'all keep like, sharing, subscribing, doing all the good things. Like I said, that's down below. I appreciate all the love and support. I believe we're at 80 subs. We've been at 80 subs for a bit, and it's okay that we're a little stagnant there. But let's get to that 100. Um, and that's a lot. That's a lot. I have a lot. That has a lot to do with myself and not posting on social media. But like I said before, it's exhausting. But hey, sometimes you gotta suck it up to get where you need to be. Um, and then yeah, so keep like, sharing, supporting, help me help other people, keep doing what y'all doing, keep being great, keep doing great things. Love. Thanks for listening to the Ramblings of a Madman. If you want to come on and have a conversation, feel free to message me at the email in the bio. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Life is about choices. It would be great if you choose to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe and be great.
Ain't perfect, but ain't no complaining. I know my shit is different, I just can't explain it. Food for thought.